last time we reacted to the My Immortal series, you had no idea what was getting ready to happen. And I don't know where I'm wearing headphones.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Anyway, so now that you do kind of have an idea of what comes along with diving into this, what are you thinking going into this one?
I just know it's going to be a cluster. Beep. There was so much
of emo mid 2000s, early 2000s female.
But like,
emotion.
Where can this story go? Anywhere. Anywhere.
To a Simple Plan concert.
No.
And then to the woods. And then for you know what.
No, but like this one is My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, but it was My Chemical Romance, then it was Good Charlotte, and then there's been hints of Simple Plan. So this one might be they go to the Simple Plan concert.
Well, at the end of the first one, wasn't there a My Chemical Romance
They went
poster?
to 2 concerts. Yeah, there was My Chemical Romance stuff in there.
Yeah. No, yeah. So this one is like leading up to the My Chemical Romance. At the main end, there was the post.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I guess we're going to find out. So, yeah.
Last time I should have wore waterproof mascara, but I don't own waterproof mascara, and I did not buy waterproof mascara.
What kind of goth are you, poser?
So, I just
You know you're going to cry unless you're a poser.
I don't think I'm going to cry for this one, but you never know. Last time it was like my brain was just so fried with like, I think it was like 17 minutes in or something, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. This is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You were emotionally invested.
Yeah.
So, this is part 2. My Immortal. 2 of 3. Sundance rejects. Are you ready?
No. Are you?
I'll take that as a yes.
Video happen. Chapter 16. We ran happily to Hogsmeade. There we saw the stage where Good Charlotte had played. We ran in happily. My Chemical Romance were playing Helena. I was so fucking happy. Gerard looked even sexier than he did in depictions. Even Draco thought so. I could totally see him getting an erection. I was wearing a black leather mini dress and black leather platinum boots with red ripped fishnets. Draco was wearing a black baggy MCR t-shirt and black baggy pants. Anyway, we stated moshing to Helena. We're French. We ran up to the front of the band to stage dive. Suddenly, Gerard pulled off his mask. So did the others. We gasped. It was Voldemort and the Death Dealers.
You moronic idiots! He shouted angstily. Inobi, I told you to kill Vampire. Thou have failed. And now I shall kill thou and Draco.
Thou.
No, please.
We begged sadly, but he took out his knife. Suddenly, a gothic old man flew in on a broomstick.
Oh my God.
He had long black hair and a long black beard. He was wearing a black robe that said Avril Lavigne on the back. He shot at a spell, and Voldemort ran away. It was Dumbledore. Chapter 18. Author's note. I said stop flaming. If you do, then you are a prep. Thanks to Raven for the help and stuff.
Thanks.
You rock. And you are not a prep. Thanks for my sweater. P.S. The other reason Dumbledore swore is 'cause he trin to be gothic, so dear. I woke up the next day in my coffin. I walked out of it and put on some black eyeliner, black eyeshadow, and blood-bed lipstick. The night before, Draco and I ran back to the skull. Get it? Skull because I'm gothic and like death. Dumbledore chased Voldemort away. We flew there on our brooms. Mine was black, and the broom stuff was
Oh my
blood red.
God, not the broom too.
There was lace all over it. Draco had a black MCR boom. We went back to our rooms, and we had you-know-what to a Linkin Park song. Well, anyway, I went back to the Great Hall. There, all the walls were painted black, and the tables were black too. But you could see there was pink pant underneath the black pant. There were posters of poser bands everywhere, like Ashley Simpson and the Backstreet Boys.
Oh my God.
I shouted. Vampire, Dracula, and Draco came. We started to talk
Dracula?
about who was sexier, Mikey or Gerard Way, or Billy Joe Armstrong. The boys joined in because they were bi.
Those guys are so hot. Naval was saying, as suddenly
Naval?
a gothic old man with a black beard and everything came. Dumbledore?
We all gasped. What the fuck? I shouted angrily. I thought he was just wearing that to scare Voldemort.
Hello, everyone, he said happily. As you can see, I gave the room a makeover. What do you think about
They're
it?
gonna call him a poser.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone from the poser table in Gryffindor started to cheer.
The poser
Well,
table?
we
There's
goths
a
just looked
table?
at each other, all disgusted, and shook our heads. We couldn't believe what a poser he was.
By the way, you can call me Albert. He called as we left to our classes. What a f***ing poser! Draco shouted angrily as we to transformation.
We were holding hands. Vampire looked really jealous. I could see him crying blood in a gothic way. Get it? Like Gerard. But I didn't say anything.
I bet he's having a midlife crisis, Willow shouted.
I was so fucking angry. Chapter 20. I said I don't care what you think. Stop flaming, okay, preps. Thanks to Raven for the help. Oh, yeah, and by the way, I'll be on vacation in Transylvania for the next 3 days, so do not expect updates. I slit my wrists while I moshed MCR in my bedroom all night, feeling excited. Suddenly, someone knocked on the door. I got all mad and turned it off. But sacredly, I hopped inside that it was Draco so that we could do it again. It was Lupin. Are you gonna come with me or what? I yelled. I was allowed to say that because Dumbledore had told us to be careful around Hairman Snape since he was a pig.
No, actually. Get it? Hell. Can I borrow some condoms? He growled angrily.
Why?
Yeah, so you... Huh? I shouted sarcastically.
Wait a second.
He said,
Okay,
gone
okay.
away.
Well, anyway, I put on some black eyeshadow, black eyeliner, and some black
What?
lipstick and white foundation. Then I went. Then I gasped. Snake and Lupin were in the middle of the empty hall, doing it, and Dobby was watching.
Oh my god, you ludicrous idiot!
Can't look at the screen.
They both shooted angrily when they saw me.
Shouted.
Dobby
Okay,
ran
okay,
away.
okay,
Shouted,
okay,
okay?
okay.
Normally, I would have been turned on. I love seeing guys do it. But both of them were f***ing preps. What the fuck? Is this why you wanted condoms? I asked sarcastically. See, I spelled that.
Only you wouldn't give them to me.
Lumpkin shouted angrily.
Well, you should have told me, I replied.
You dimwit.
Snake began to shoot angrily.
And then I took out my black camera and took a pic of them. You could see that they were naked and everything.
Well, excuse me.
Well, excuse me.
They both shouted angrily. What was that all about?
It was to blackmail you, I snarked. So now next time you see me doing it with my boyfriend, you can't fucking rat me out, or I'll show this to Dumbledore. So f*** off, you bastards. I started to run. They chased me, but I threw my wound at them, and they tripped over it.
Why?
Well, anyway, I went outside and there was Vampire, looking extremely fucking hot. What the f***? Where'd Draco? I asked him.
Oh, he's being a fucking bastard. He told me he wouldn't come, Vampire said, shaking his head. You wanna come with me? To the concert?
She's going. She's going to.
Then he showed me his flying car.
Oh.
I gasped.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
a black car. He said his dog father, Sirius Black, had given it to him. The
Dog
license plate on the
father?
front said MCR 666 on it. And the license plate on the back said Inobi.
Oh, no.
I gasped. We flew to the concert hall. MCR were there,
What?
playing.
Oh.
Vampire and I began to make out, moshing to the music. I gasped,
This hoe.
looking at the band. I almost had an orgasm.
Well.
Then I heard some crying. I turned and saw Draco crying in a corner. Of
course.
Fuck you, okay? You fucking suck. It's not my fault if it's spelt wrong, okay? Cause Dad Raven, cause it fuck you preps. was Soz Raven Fangs for the help. By the way, Transylvania rocks.
Fuck you,
rad.
Raven, but thanks.
I got to go to the castle where Dracula was filmed. Draco was crying in the common room. Draco, are you okay? I asked in a gothic voice.
No, I'm not.
Asked in a gothic
He shouted angrily. He started to run out of the place in a suicidal way.
I stated to cry, because I was afraid he would commit suicide.
It's okay, Anobi, said Vampire comfortably. I'll make him feel better.
You mean you'll go him, won't you? I shouted angrily. Then I ran to get Draco. Vampire came too.
Oh my god.
Draco,
oh, wait a
please
second.
come. He began
Where's
to cry.
this gonna go?
Tears of blood came down his pale face.
I was so turned on, because I love sensitive bi guys. If you're a homophone, then off. And then we heard some footsteps. Vampire got out his black invincibility cloak. We both got under it. We saw the janitor, Mr. Norris, there, shouting angrily with a flashlight in his hand.
Who's there? He shouted angrily.
We saw Filth come. He went under the invisibility cloak and started to meow loudly.
Is anyone there? Yelled Mr. Norris. No, you preppy little poser son of a bitch. Vampire said under his breast in a disgusted way. Excuse me? Excuse me? Who said that? Yelled Mr. Norris. Then he heard Filch meow. Filch, is there anyone under the cloak? He asked. Filth nodded.
And then Vampire Frenched me. He did it just as Mr. Norris was taking off the cloak.
What the? He yelled.
But it was too late, because now we were ruining away from him. And then we saw Draco crying and busting into tears and slitting his wrists outside of the school. Draco, I cried, are you okay?
I guess though.
What the hell is
Draco
this?
wept.
Draco and I decided to watch Lake Placid on the gothic red bed together. As I was about to put in the video, my eyes rolled up and suddenly I had a vision of something that was happening now. Ad begin.
What?
What's that? That's the FBI. We've just sent a record of your internet history to your family and friends and acquaintances for them to laugh at. Now your life is over. This wouldn't have happened if you had got NordVPN. Keep those degenerate websites a secret. Look at this guy. He uses NordVPN. Look how happy he is. He's fucking ecstatic. It's so simple and clean. There's no complicated setup or technical stuff. It comes with unlimited bandwidth. You can even access international content. For example, let's go to Japan. Oh dear. It took me almost 2 months to make these videos, and it wouldn't have been possible without NordVPN. You get access to more content, and I get a kickback when you sign up. So remember to smash that link button with your parents' credit card in the description below. But what is a VPN, you may ask? Ad over. Chapter 22. Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. I was wearing black lacy leather pajamas. Then I gasped. Standing in front of me were Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diablo, Draco, Dracula, and Willow. I opened my crimson eyes. Willow was wearing a tight black leather top with pictures of bloody roses all over it. Vampire was wearing a baggy Simple Plan t-shirt.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
So were Crab and Goyle. Oh my fucking god, I yelled it as I jumped up. Why the f*** are you all here?
Inobi, something's really f***ed up, Draco said.
Okay, but I need to put on my clothes first, I shouted angrily.
It's alright. We have to go now, and you look kawaii anyway. You're so beautiful, Draco said in a sexy voice.
Oh, right, I said, smiling. But you have to tell me
This
why
is
you're
starting to
being
get
all
nauseating.
Erective.
I will, he said.
So I just put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, and red eyeshadow, and white foundation. Then I came. We all went outside the Great Hall and looked in from a window. Inside the Great Hall, we could see Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Cornelia Fudge was there shouting at Dumbledore. Doris Rumbridge was there too.
You are not fit to be the principal any longer, yelled Rumbridge. You're too old, and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. You must retry, or Voldemort will kill your students.
Very well, Dumbledore said angrily. But we cannot do this. We cannot close the school. There is only one person who is capable of killing Voldemort, and she is in the school.
Why
And
her?
her name is Inoni Darkness Dementia Ravenway.
Draco Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Vampire, and Baludi Mary looked at each other. I gasped. Chapter 23. Author's note. Shut the up, bitch.
That sums up this whole thing the best.
I opened the door, and Professor Rumbridge and Cornelia Fudge stopped out angrily.
Cornelia.
I ate some Count Chocula and drank some blood from a cup. Then I heard someone shooting angrily. I looked
Shooting
behind me.
angrily.
It was Vampire. He and Draco were shooting at each other.
I want to shit next to her. No, I do, shouted. No, she doesn't f***ing like you, you son of a bitch, yelled Draco. No, f*** you, cause she leaves me, not you, shouted Vampire.
And then he jumped on Draco. No, not in that way, you perv. They started to fight and beat up each other.
Well.
Dumbledore yelled at them, but they didn't stop. All of a sudden, a terrible man with red eyes and no nose flew in on a broomstick.
No nose.
He had no nose and was wearing a grey robe. All of the glass in the window fell apart. Brittany, that prep, started to cry. Vampire and Draco stopped fighting. I stopped eating. The room fell silent. Voldemort.
Ebony! Ebony! He said evilly in his raspy voice. Thou hast failed your mission. Now I shall kill thou, and I shall kill Vampire as well. If thou dost not kill him before then, I shall kill Draco too.
Please, don't make me kill him. Please. I begged.
No, he laughed crudely. Kill him, or I shall kill him anyway. Then he flew away cackling.
I bust into tears.
Wow.
Suddenly, my eyes rolled up so they looked all cool and gothic.
What?
I said I see a black gothic skull and a pentagram.
Sire, our dads have been shot, Draco said.
Die! Think again, you muggle poser!
Wow.
Think-
So
Shorty.
that's what Shorty thought of it. I don't even know. I like so much nonsensical shit has happened that I do not track this storyline whatsoever.
I know, right?
I know that Snape and Lupin were doing the damn thing out there in the hallway, and she got a picture of them. I know that Dumbledore is somehow a goth now, poser
Poser goth.
a poser goth, and for whatever reason
You know
they're
what?
shutting the school down.
Probably because he's in love with her. Trying to impress her.
Oh yeah, because everyone is like, she's not being vain. It's just what everyone says
Yeah.
all the time.
And she's the only one that can save everyone in the school.
Yeah, what about Harry Potter? He's just a regular vampire who's by now.
No,
so.
it's not. Harry Potter,
he's just vampire. Yeah.
And Diablo. Diablo's not
Where
even
did
in
Diablo
this story.
just come from? Like, all of a sudden, here's these people. Did she really just, like, name them off?
Hannah.
Yeah.
For Hermione.
Did she just name these people out, just, like, say what they were wearing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Shorty, we'll get you therapy. I'm sorry you had to witness that, buddy.
Yeah, so for a minute, I thought, okay, I know where this is going.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was going to be her and Vampire and Draco. And then I was like, well, maybe Snape and Lupin will get in on this,
I
too.
don't know, yeah.
So,
well, wait a minute. And Dobby was watching?
Yeah, Dobby's not been in this story
nowhere.
at all.
He was just there to put eyes on that. And she was like, and it's always hot when it's two dudes.
Yeah.
Like.
So, like, why does she have a problem with Vampire and Draco getting it on?
Because she's jealous.
Whatever.
But then doesn't care at all to make them jealous.
Literally cheated on him. Was like, what's wrong? Are you upset? I don't know. This is very entertaining, but like so immature and hilarious. What do you think, Short?
I feel like I'm just way dumber.
Yeah.
I feel like it just sucks brain cells straight out of my fucking face.
It's hard to comment on because it's like, I don't even know what I just watched. Yeah.
I think it's funny when she talks about putting foundation on or whatever, and he's already got her white face, and then he just puts the cream on it and shit. Dude, just the work that Internet Historian put into this and the way that it comes out, like...
To have to even read it.
Well, to have to read it is one thing, but then to voice act it and then put all of those pieces of the puzzle together as far as the animation is concerned
I think that part would be really fun.
Oh my God.
So time consuming.
So time consuming, but so worth it. Mm-hmm. This is a fucking masterpiece.
Thank you.
So yeah, I think that's going to do it for this one though. Internet Historian, you're the man. You guys should show him some love. We would appreciate a like, a suggestion. I mean...
Yeah, suggestion for sure. Just comment below, like, what is the funniest video you've ever watched? Leave a link with the funniest video.
We want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have suggestions, it's one thing to be like, hey, check this out. Drop us a link, man, and that make it way easier and more likely for us to watch it. But yeah, looking forward to those. Looking forward to number 3 for this one. I think that's going to do it. See you guys next time.